champion, the Boston Celtics. Short start. This is a guy that has hardly played this
17 games, and then they're right back to miss.
Top 8 in the rotation together this year.
The chemistry we saw from them last year.
Only twice has Boston had their top 8 in the rotation together this year.
Off on the move and shoot that mid-range jumper.
Jamal Murray expected to have a big game. You know his shot attempts are going to go up. I like what Lauren said. She talked to Michael Malone before the game, as did we, and he made that is more important to his team than Nikola Jokic is to the Denver Nuggets. The on-off numbers show. Throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do some guys get playing time, but you already mentioned it with Murray. Some of the key guys, Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Russell Westbrook, get even more opportunities than usual.
Brown ends up on Porzingis. The double team comes, a fourth shot by Denver. These are two teams that are in the top 5 in scoring and offensive efficiency, and yet they go about it in much different ways. As West a pace to lead the NBA and maybe an all-time three-pointer. Jr. hits a 3, and now Denver with a couple of threes in this game, taking a page out of the Celtics book. Porzingis answers with a...
Wow, the thing with Porter Jr. is early. That's the only 2 three-point shooters, really, that Denver puts on the floor. Charlotte's trying to prove me wrong, but does Denver. They're 4th in the league in three-point percentage. But they shoot the fewest threes in the league because they just don't have a lot of shooters.
Fewest 3 the way they play. This league is a copycat league in a lot of ways, and a lot of teams use the 3-ball effectively. Denver, if you are against that style of play...
Last in the league in three-point attempts, 1st in the league in fast break points, 1st in the league in points in the paint. They are different than everyone else in this league.
Brown just drops his shoulder. Nice pass. Whistles one to Horford, who reigns in here. Michael Porter Jr. once again. He is light. Porter is on a great run, and for the year, he's up over 52% overall. Been a banner year for Michael Porter Jr. as Porzingis.
8, and in those 8 games, average.
Interesting matchup with Mazzulla and Michael Malone. These were the all-star coaches. Went to the same high school, Bishop Hendricken in Rhode Island, and it's Boston coming in at 26-10, although they've leveled off through the month of December and here early in January. Westbrook fires a 3, and now look at Denver. Good approach without Jokic, and the three-pointers are falling.
Well, I think it'll keep up the whole game, but there Porzingis gets a dunk. But there have only been 5 games all year when Boston's opponents have outscored them from the three-point line.
Boston coming off a loss against Oklahoma.
With Boston, it's a bit of a struggle for them lately. They've only won 7 of their last 13. They've shot 30% or less from three-point line.
A 19-4 start last week. That's something that's kind of an ongoing process. They feel like they have a lot more in the tank. Is coming on the out-of-bounds play. The inbounder
averaging a career-high assist, just under 5 a game.
Westbrook finds charge, high pass, couldn't handle it. Now Tatum off to the races. Tatum taking on Porter and a two-handed jam. Jason Tatum throws it down, letting Shea Flores have it as we were going to break. And here's Westbrook for 3, and another one is good. He's been in the starting lineup with Aaron Gordon out. He has played well as a starter. The numbers are up. Mostly that's going to happen, but Russ has really responded with these Denver Nuggets in the starting lineup. As Al Horford with another.
Well, and you talked about Westbrook. 5 games.
Porter, that is a long 2. Michael Porter Jr. continues his impressive shooting. He has such a beautiful stroke as well. And as tall as he is at 6'10", tough to contest those jumpers.
Yeah, 6'10" and a high release. And as you said, so Porter, one of the best shooters in this league, as Tatum takes the ball of his career.
Coach, he is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Jokic, the Western Conference Player of the Week. If you're just joining us, Jokic is out tonight with an illness. His around jumper. So the undermanned Denver Nuggets are hanging in there early against the reigning champs. Porzingis misses a 3. Porter Jr. Drew Holiday picks up Murray. Here's Brown now. Brown running into the Horford wall. Porter gets to the three-point line. They leave him there. And Porter
certainly doesn't miss many that were that open. Boston dodging a bullet there.
Westbrook to Porter, up ahead, Brown. Brown taking on Brown. Oh, denied by Tatum. For running the break, Tatum up top, Porzingis. A thing of beauty for the Celtics. They recover, and then they run, and they lead it by 4. Saric picked up by Holiday. Saric would think he has to be rusty, surrounded
on the floor from a true MVP candidate in Jason Tatum.
Peyton Pritchard, Peyton Watson, and Zeke Naji come in for Denver. Murray follows the zone, can't get it to go, and Horford picks it off. Watson did such a good job at times against Wembanyama. That terrific weekend.
Like those 2 games between Denver and San Antonio, it's pretty simple. You're not a basketball fan. Those
teams.
2 great games and led by 2 great players.
A lot of fun to watch. Jokic, big numbers. Cornette swipes down, is called for the foul. The official automotive partner of the NBA. Jamal's, who are going to be the others to step up outside of Jokic? And he's certainly one that has
the biggest times of the year in the playoffs, and he's starting to get it going, averaging 21.5 over his last 6 games.
Overall, giving Denver 19 a game and 6 assists. Tatum gets by Naji. Tatum going strong. Peyton Pritchard picks up Murray. Double team comes. Naji tries. Naji and Cornette with the block. Stood in there tough against Zeke Naji with a head of steam. Pritchard on a no-look from Hauser. Cash.
Man, Peyton Pritchard is having one heck of a year for 6th man of the year and leads the NBA with 15 games of 5 or more threes made.
Last guy on the floor in the pregame warm-ups today, putting up a ton of shots. Murray, tough 3. Pritchard the rebound. See that one go down. Tatum spins off Murray. A foul and 1 for Jason Tatum. .com/vote to cast your ballot now.
Porzingis got him started, scoring 9 of the first 12. Now 10 of the last 18 from Tatum as the Celtics go to their zone.
8-0 run for Boston. Here's Strawther. Strawther, nice flow. It's minutes. Julian Strawther, 2nd-year player out of Gonzaga, had 3 years at Gonzaga. Minutes are up, scoring is up, getting a real shot here with a championship contender in 4th. What do they do come trade deadline is a major question. Are there enough pieces around him to make another run at a title?
There are not, in my opinion. I mean, they are so dependent on him, and as Porzingis gets another, but they just don't have enough, and they've elected not to get veteran help around him and just to rely on Michael Malone and his staff to develop these young guys. It's just not going to be enough in the West, posting up switches, and he's a great rim protector.
Keep an eye on Porzingis. He'll be back. I'm predicting he's going to be all right. It's going to be a few minutes. And Watson, only 22. He's part of that young, talented group. Here is Tatum. Comes up short. Westbrook runs it down. Denver running now. And Pritchard with the steal. Back comes Boston. Tatum. Nothing there. Will reset it and hooked away from behind. Tatum guarded by Westbrook. And Westbrook, a handful. Tatum got it knocked out. Brooks in it.
He slap him down. It's usually because you got hit on the arm.
Watson gets the Tatum assignment. Tatum and Watson with the foul. Free throws here for Jason Tatum as we check in.
In high school, 20 minutes apart from each other. And as Peyton Watson rose up the ranks, Russell scrutinized players in today's game, but he tries to go out there with a smile on his exact same motor every night, gives 110%. Can I?
There's a great UCLA connection here. And Reggie.
Here and not Reggie. Well, we'd be on 10 minutes of the UCLA Bruins.
Strother misses the three. You see, and Porzingis goes to work right away. Certainly had a great impact here with the Nuggets. Michael Malone raves about him. What he's been able to do, he's given him an extra piece, especially coming off the bench early. We'll see what happens with Denver too, and they get Aaron Gordon back, coach. That's a month soon, maybe even by the weekend. Lauren's going to have more on Gordon later in the broadcast, but there's a reason why some of their numbers have slipped as Porzingis.
The defensive end of the floor anyway, to not have Aaron Gordon has been very difficult, but they've hung in there, and a lot of it, Russell Westbrook's done a great job as a starter in these plays.
7 straight start for West. Celtics can get up the last shot. Tatum drives, cups it, kicks it, and Pritchard couldn't handle the pass. It was not a great pass, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Porzingis goes for 15.